Smoke Show!
The people need to know, since landing spots were decided, which fantasy player do you think improved their stock the most? And conversely, which player dropped the most for you post-draft?
Post-draft, since landing spots were decided.
Not necessarily a rookie. Not necessarily a rookie, but with landing spots being decided.
Well, I think one guy, I mean, it's really hard for me to say James Robinson's value just didn't get nuked completely. I mean, I think Urban Meyer is an unknown, and that again, there's a point where I put out a tweet earlier. I think it's okay to say what you don't know. We do not know what Urban Meyer is going to do, but you are not drafting Travis Etienne to give him 3 touches a game. It's not happening. So James Robinson's value certainly just got completely nuked. It's hard for me to sit there and say like, oh, you know, do I think he's going away? No, but I can't just sit here and say, oh my God, you know, he's going to be just as good as last year. They're really going to use ETN as a wide receiver, and I don't know how that's going to shake out. I just don't know in any way how the Jaguars are going to justify giving James Robinson 270 carries when they just spent a first-round pick on a running back. So that is certainly somebody who I think's value got nuked. I'm not saying anything. I'm not breaking any news to anybody there, you know. On the downside, man, what's going on? Excuse me. On the upside, I think Tua Tagovailoa is a player who really got helped up. And Tua is a guy – I was earlier saying, like, I want to try to be objective. And I was not impressed at all with Tua last year. And let's also look at the facts. This is what I try to bring. Let's bring Occam's razor into the equation. He was benched twice in game by his own team as a rookie quarterback. When have you ever seen that for a first-round quarterback in his rookie season? Usually those guys – now, Miami was in a unique position. They were competing for the playoffs. I understand that. And you have Fitzpatrick, who objectively, if you were trying to win a game, was a better option than Tua. They told you that. Yep. And Fitzpatrick showed it, by the way. So, like, that is a fact. You cannot dispute that. You cannot dispute that Miami's team benched him. But when I was going into this, I was like, this offseason, I was like, I would not be stunned if Miami's first to call for Deshaun Watson. But Deshaun Watson didn't get moved for multiple reasons. Tua, they didn't sign a quarterback. They signed Brissett, but like he's not there to take Tua's job. You draft Jalen Waddle, you draft another tight end to go with Gesicki. You didn't draft a running back. All of a sudden, this makes it look like you're setting up and saying, hey, Tua's now like going as like QB 20, and all of a sudden, he's got some legitimate juice here. Like, this is somebody who might be like an underrated fantasy quarterback. Now, you're always looking for the guys who run. I don't know if Tua's going to be that. But he is now another year removed from the injury, and I'm like, okay, I probably shouldn't hold a grudge against Tua because I didn't think he played very well last year, because there is a long track record, even in recent years when rookie quarterbacks come out and have played better than ever. Even in recent years, there was a long track record of guys who didn't look so hot as rookies who took a big step forward in their second and third years in the league. Lamar Jackson, Carson Wentz was going to win the MVP in 2017. Carson Wentz, Lamar Jackson did win the MVP. Josh Allen could have won the MVP. So in his third year in the league. So to hold that against Tua would be really it would be foolish on my part, simply because I didn't think he played well last year, because there is a lot of track record of these young quarterbacks really improving, especially now that you have a full offseason ahead of you.
Mm-hmm. And not to mention even the signing of Will Fuller.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even mention they're pretty loaded, man. I mean, the offensive line, they spent a lot of resources there. They didn't dig into the running back position. By the way, there's another one. You can say Myles Gaskin is somebody whose status got improved. He's like that kind of. He's in there with Mike Davis as like those boring veteran running backs who, if you load up on receiver early, are there in like the 5th and 6th round for you. Who look like they could have potential bell cow-ish roles. So those are two winners from the draft as well. But yeah, that Dolphins offense is loaded, man. And, if Tua takes a step forward, I don't see why he can't put up numbers.
Oh, absolutely. And I think they were limiting his play calling a bit last year.
Mm-hmm.
And if they open up that passing offense, and with every move that they've made from free agency to the draft, it signals a shift towards a pass-friendly offense. So he's not going to have any excuses this year as to what he can show.
Smoke Show!